Southern Draw Firethorn. Hey, right, man, look in this cigar log. Okay, so it's not really that windy out, but there's like a lot of leaves, so hopefully I'm actually still halfway audible. Okay. Another in the Southern Draw pack that I managed to pick up. As far as what Firethorn is, I imagine this is some weird off-ball Southerner thing that I have no clue what the reference is. But that's not really the point here. Okay, interesting. Okay, so our foot is sealed up. Always have to be kind of careful when you find a foot like that, because sometimes it makes lighting a breeze, sometimes it makes it a bit more of a headache than it needs to be. Seems so good so far. Okay. Straight away. Bit of sweet. Baking spice. I want to say a little bready. Kind of yeasty, almost like a good higher quality beer. Interesting, very interesting. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get this down to the first inch and get out of whatever breeze this is. It's kind of funny, it's like, it's supposed to be 91 degrees outside, but you get that breeze going and all of a sudden that temperature drops. Also, there's like some serious hoodoo coming over the mountains. Anyway, back to you, I will get back to you at the first inch. Okay, pretty solid inch in, and there's definitely a bit of spice in there. Subtle, hits you in the back of the throat. Not like that big loud punch you in the face spice, but it is there. That's kind of the predominant flavor I'm getting, actually. Red Deer Hill's a little bready, a little earthy. A little bit of baking spice. Yeah, overall, I think what really stands out is a bit of the spiciness, a touch of sweet, and a mix of other things that are probably going to become more evident later. Well, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get this down to the halfway point, see if anything wakes up, which is, I think, how it's going to end up rolling out. Okay, so, back to you halfway. Okay, pretty much down to about the halfway point here. I know it kind of doesn't look like that because the bands are so huge, but it is about the halfway point. I got a nice big whiff of the Red Deer Hill. And a flavor stuck out to me that I kind of was finally able to pin down. Cocoa. I like real sweet like chocolate, but just like this good solid cocoa-y note. Along with several other flavors that are kind of giving me like a real like high-end ale vibe. So obviously that's one of my drink suggestions. Pair this up with like a solid bourbon or high-end ale or whatever coffee you happen to like. So far, turning out to be good. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get a full profile until I get closer to the nub, but we'll see how that turns out. Yeah, there's a little bit of a spicy kick in there that you don't really notice at first, but definitely starts to kick in after you get past that first inch. It's not like super picante or anything like that. It's just a very, well, I want to say baking spice kind of thing. There's a spice to it. You'll know it if you taste it. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get these bands off here, get this down to the nub, and wrap it up from there. It is hot out here, don't get me wrong. It's not bad if you're in the shade. So I'm going to get into the shade and try not to melt. Or, like, combust. Okay, down and up here, a little bit of a breeze. Hopefully that's not messing with the audio too bad. Flavors have been pretty consistent. There's a definite spice to it, giving me a little bit of a kick. A bit of a sweet note. Once you get past the halfway point, You start getting a little bit of kind of a caramel note in the retrohale, which is interesting. But overall, though, I'm going to say the overall flavor profile is kind of reminding me of a good, like, red ale. Or possibly a high proof bourbon. And of course, you can always pair with whatever coffee you happen to like. I mean, you pair with Mountain Dew, I don't care. You do you, boo-boo. But overall, definitely not a bad cigar. A couple of different things going on. There is a bug on my finger that I just squished the shit out of somewhere. Overall, it's one of those things that everybody's going to keep a little differently. And I'm pretty sure everybody's going to get a similar experience, but probably pick out something a little different that kind of speaks to them a little bit more. Which is a good thing. Means you should try it out. And I can definitely recommend. So for pretty much everything Southern Draw, definitely check them out. As far as what the hell a Firethorn is, I'm thinking of some kind of bush or something. I have no idea. I'm thinking this is probably one of those weirdly, distinctly Southern U.S. things that I just am not in the loop about. Anyway, the sun is reminding me that it exists, and it is angry. So, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up and get on out of here. Like I said, flavors are good. Definitely reminds me of like a good red ale. Definitely check them out. That's it. I like fishing for things to add into this for reasons. I'm done. That's all I got. If you like this review and you had the review, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know if you had a different experience. And that's pretty much it. I will see you next time.